The long-anticipated clash between Ryan Garcia and Rolando Romero is finally here, and as expected, the tension is palpable. Emotions are running high on both sides, and the build-up has been nothing short of intense. Rolando Romero has made it clear, repeatedly, that he's predicting a brutal knockout victory over Ryan Garcia, adding even more fire to an already heated showdown.
Not so hungry this time. Not so hungry this time.
And then again, this is going to be your second marquee fight. You fought Gervonta Davis also in New York a few years ago. Now you're going to be fighting in Times Square. What are you envisioning?
A knockout. A vicious knockout. See, I'll knock him out. Long overdue.
When asked what it meant to fight Ryan Garcia in Times Square, Rolando Romero said, "Beating Ryan, it's not personal. I just want to beat him." Garcia, who has previously been criticized for looking like a boy among men, especially under pressure, now appears physically bigger and stronger. Still, Romero's size and punching power remain a serious threat. There are legitimate concerns about Garcia's ability to stay mentally focused. At just 26 years old, living the life of a millionaire and online celebrity, questions persist about whether he can maintain the mental toughness needed to handle the kind of pressure Romero brings. Critics often highlight his tendency to falter when tested, as seen in his bouts against Gervonta Davis, Oscar Duarte,
boxing. They're going to be fighting at a career high, 147 pounds. We know how big you are. How much better are you feeling right now?
Much better. You know, this is the weight class I belong in. This is the one I feel the most comfortable. So excited to start my journey at 144.
In the fight against Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia went down from a body shot and was counted out while on one knee, only to hop up seconds later, leading many fans to believe he quit. Although he has worked to change that perception, skepticism still lingers. If Garcia isn't truly elite, Romero could overwhelm him with sheer physical and mental pressure. Romero is also aware of the outside chatter about a potential Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney matchup if both men win their upcoming fights. But he dismissed the speculation as irrelevant, saying, "They're going to fight regardless, so it has nothing to do with me," showing no concern or interest in the Haney-Garcia storyline.
Tell me, man, how was this training camp?
Oh my God! You know what, man? Night and day. It's a blessing, brother. It's a blessing. I really enjoy this time because everything's normal, back to normal. So that's a good thing. It's a blessing.
You're talking about the behavior of Ryan. He's completely took a line change in this fight, right?
At 360.
However, if Garcia loses, the Haney fight won't happen. Turki Alalshik, the man behind the promotion, has already made that clear. If either fighter is defeated on Friday, the plans for their October showdown collapse. For now, Romero is fully focused on Garcia and determined to be the obstacle that halts the next phase of his career. When asked who he would fight next if he beats Garcia, Romero responded, "What's next? Nothing. I'll just go to an island or something. I'm going to have one of 12 rounds fighting on an island." He made it clear he's not looking past this bout. He's aiming to make it count. When informed that Garcia had imitated the sounds he makes while punching, Romero fired back, saying, "He wants to be just like me. He wants to be as charismatic and as good-looking as me. He envies me in so many ways, because I'm a lot sharper than he is. He knows it. So in reality, he just wants to be me. So let him be me." A vicious knockout in Times Square may be looming.
I think more so just taking a break from everything. I took a break from social media a lot. Just not really posting too much, not really getting involved in that. You know, you can kind of get lost in trying to be entertaining on the gram and trying to get clicks and trying to get reactions. So I think just taking a step back from that, getting back into reality, hanging out with my family, you kind of get a sense
Ryan
of...
Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, has also shared his thoughts, confident and direct. "My prediction is Ryan will stop Rolly. Yes. First quarter. If he hits him solid, he's out," he said. Henry believes this is not a fight Ryan should approach cautiously. He expects his son to press the action early and go for the kill. While he acknowledged that Romero won't be hesitant at the start, he believes that once Ryan lands a counter, everything will change. "Rolly has been dropped twice, and you don't just shake that off. It stays with you. It humbles you," Henry explained. He emphasized that Ryan isn't stepping into the ring to exchange pleasantries. He's coming to knock his opponent out. Still, He didn't downplay Romero's toughness, saying, "We just have to wait and see. Once a warrior, always a warrior, and Rolly has always been that way. He doesn't shy away from anyone." Ultimately, Henry believes Ryan's power, especially his lethal left hook, will be the deciding
Rock
factor.
with Ryan. So if anybody hits him, it might be the same results.
In terms of the rematch, the whole world is waiting for this Haney fight, but he does have a fight with Jose Ramirez. You guys confident that he does win that fight against Ramirez?
Well, I mean, if he outboxes Ramirez, there's a possibility that he'll survive, but his chin has been tested, and
Gervonta Tank Davis, the only man to have beaten Ryan Garcia professionally, and the one who also knocked out Rolly Romero, shared his thoughts on the matchup. When asked if Rolly could pull off the upset, Tank kept his response cautious. "Can Rolly pull off the upset? I don't want to say something crazy, but yeah, hopefully, bro. Hopefully, for the sake of Rolly, he can pull it off, but it's going to be a good fight." When asked whether someone would get knocked out, Tank didn't hesitate, replying, "Yeah, for sure. Somebody's getting knocked out."
Rolly, he can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. He's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in hood. That's the hardest, really, like, that's the hardest one you take in your career. Is that the hardest one? Who else?
Timothy Bradley believes Ryan Garcia will win by knockout and doesn't expect the fight to go past the 6th round, stating, "I think Ryan's going to catch him with that left hook, and it's going to be night-night." Bradley has noticed clear changes in Garcia, saying, "I think Ryan has definitely changed, his character, the way he carries himself. He's a lot calmer now, very respectful, looks like a real businessman. He's not all loud and wild like before. He's toned it down." Bradley emphasized that Ryan appears more focused and committed, adding, "I respect that about Ryan. I think he's locked in. He's going to train hard, put on a show, and win by knockout." When asked how long the fight would last, Bradley confidently said it won't go past 6 rounds, and when pressed for a reason, he pointed to one key flaw: there are too many holes in Rolly's defense.
Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be night-night. I think Ryan has changed, definitely. I think his character has definitely changed. With the way he's playing it now, a lot more calmer, very respectful. Look like a real businessman now. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now.
Champion Sean Porter also gave the edge to Ryan Garcia, saying, "I do." When asked if he believed Ryan would win, he pointed to their shared experience against Gervonta Tank Davis, noting, "Ryan fought Tank. I think he'll be better since fighting Tank. And the same goes for Rolly. I think he improved after that fight too. They both learned from their mistakes, and will be better when facing each other." Still, Porter gave the advantage to Garcia, adding, "Yeah, Ryan has more talent." Meanwhile, Keyshawn Davis didn't hold back, declaring, "Ryan, without a doubt, will beat Rolly. Ryan is going to stop him." Davis believes that if Ryan handles business, it sets him on a direct path to a rematch with Devin Haney.
Cleans up Rolly?
I do
Think he wants to fight?
I think for both fighters obviously the common opponent right there. I think that both fighters, obviously Ryan just fought Tank.
Yeah.
I think he'll be better since fighting Tank.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with Rolly. I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right
Shakur
adjustment.
Stevenson shared a similar perspective, stating that he believes Ryan Garcia is the superior boxer, and doesn't view Rolly Romero as a significant threat. "Rolly's not that good. Ryan is a better boxer. I don't look at Ryan the way other people do," Stevenson said, also predicting a knockout finish. Promoter Eddie Hearn echoed this sentiment, expressing confidence that Garcia will be too much for Romero. Garcia is widely considered physically stronger and faster than Romero, who enters the fight with a 16-2 record and 13 knockouts. Hearn made it clear he expects Ryan to take control and end the fight on his own terms.
Which is like the one you're maybe has the most juice behind it. Which one do you think is kind of the one that stands out?
I think probably the best fight of the night is Teofimo against Barboza. I think that could be a banana skin. I'm interested to see Devin return, because I think that night took a lot out of him physically, and I think there'll be a few demons for him coming back into the ring. I don't think Ramirez at this stage is necessarily the guy to expose that, and then I think Ryan, I'm very
Co-artist Sports. Eddie Hearn also highlighted other exciting matchups on the same card, including Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. and Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Hearn expressed particular interest in Haney's return, following his grueling battle with Ryan Garcia last year, which he believes may have left both physical and psychological scars. I'm interested in seeing Devin return, because I think that night against Ryan Garcia last April took a lot out of him physically, and I believe he'll be facing some demons when he steps back into the ring, Hearn said. However, he added, I don't think Jose Ramirez, at this stage, is necessarily the guy to expose.
I think right now they're probably going to announce a lot of fights to be finalized. That's my opinion on that. However, I think that it's a great matchup. I think it's a good storyline for Rolly as well, and I think they're gonna fight at 47.
Yeah. Rolly's a big dude. Obviously, he has that power. Ryan has that right hook.
Yep.
So what do you got?
I got Ryan. I got Ryan Garcia.
Why?
Yeah, I just think that from that fight and since then, he hasn't been fighting. For that.
There's consensus that the fight between Ryan Garcia and Rolando Romero will be violent, with everyone predicting a knockout. The only debate is who will get there first. Romero's words suggest he's coming forward with the intent to create chaos, destruction, and make a statement. Garcia's camp, including his father, believes Ryan's speed and accuracy will overwhelm Romero's aggression and defensive weaknesses. Fighters like Shocker Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis back Ryan without hesitation, citing his technical skill and power. Tim Bradley sees improvements in Garcia, not just physically but mentally and emotionally, pointing to the calm, focused version of Garcia, one who has tamed his flamboyance and sharpened his training habits, as potentially the deciding factor. If Romero comes out wild, hunting for a brawl, he could walk right into something, and if that something is Garcia's left hook, history suggests he won't get up. On the other hand, Romero isn't bluffing. His talk of violence isn't hype, it's intention. He plans to break Garcia and send a message, especially to those who see him as just another stepping stone toward a Haney rematch. How do you see the fight? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.